Hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen, but this time playing some Satisfactory. What exactly is Satisfactory? Well, it's a game where you're sent to an alien planet with the prime directive of harvesting all of the landscape's resources, and doing so to create massive factories filled to the brim with conveyor belts, assemblers, fluid pipes, all in the interest of making your factory satisfactory. Yeah, I'll be here eventually. I think like 1 or 2 times a week, who knows. Now, I've played this game for over 150 hours, and I'd love to play more, but I'm trying to keep a YouTube schedule by uploading once or twice a month. Anyways, I want to still play Satisfactory, but I still also want to try doing this YouTube channel thing more. So, to compromise, I'm going to start a new series for it. Although, to make things a little bit different, I'll be limiting myself to a 20 by 20 foundation grid, where I can only refine and produce items within that 20 by 20 area. Basically, if I want to automate anything to actually happen, I've got to do it within this 20 by 20 area. I want to smelt some iron, that's got to be in this area. I want to build some refined plates, I gotta do that in this area. I gotta build generators to provide power for everything, that's also got to be in this area. Or at least that's the gist of it. I'll have a more detailed thing in every single one of the video's descriptions, just to clarify anything. In terms of things of what I can do outside of those limits, I can do whatever I want outside of it. Now, 20 by 20 foundations does sound kind of big, and it kind of is, and I think I'm a little generous giving myself that much, that is true. However, this isn't a hardcore style thing, this is just me wanting to play Satisfactory, but in kind of a different way, and just kind of see how far I can do this. As for what goals to try and reach, basically just unlock everything, research everything, max out the space elevator, try to get those super expensive items in the awesome shop. Basically just kind of play the game somehow, I don't know, I'll figure it out as I go. So, will I be able to create the greatest tower of power this world has ever seen, or will it simply become a fancy box? Only one way to find out. Let's begin.
Remember, efficiency first.
Efficiency first, she says. So for the first episode, I'm going to try and just have a base of operations going. I won't be... no, I think I will solidify the 20 by 20 foundation area in this episode. More portable miners. More portable miners. Look at them go. Even though this is like an early game thing only, like later on you'll never get to use these things, they are so cool and so cute. They're just adorable. And we got our first power generator, which requires fuel. Oh, but where do we get fuel, you might ask? Well, you see, there's our fuel. Now, do you see any more? Oh, good. You spotted some. There's... You see the problem, don't you? And deposit some of that stuff. Upgrade the hub. Whoop. Did you follow me all the way here? He might have. I always think the enemies are kind of cute. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. Is there like a thing? Hold on. Yeah. That didn't work. I don't know what I was doing there, I just felt like doing it. Alright, enough of that. Let's go find ourselves a location to build this foundation, and then the challenge can truly begin. I would like to get it... I think at the top of that sand dune. I get a nice pretty site behind me. I get some other stuff, I guess. Yeah, let's get this built. Some more foundation. Wait, is that clipping? And now for the other fun part of Satisfactory, deleting it all. I've worked so hard for this area in particular, but it has done the things that I wanted. Delete. So let's look at what we got so far. So looking at it, this is pretty much it at the moment. This is the factory. Oh gosh, it's just gonna take a while to run across this. It's also gonna turn into a jungle gym, I feel. Whoa! Was that a foe in the foliage? That can't be. There are no foe. What was that? We gotta get out of here. But first I have to get more foliage. What was that? What? What was that? Aren't you sneaky? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyways. And now we start episode 2. Okay, so. Oh yeah, that was the problem I was going to tell you guys, but I have no power. Oh. Oh my gosh. And now I can bash things with a candy cane. Whap, 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 whap. I don't know how good a candy cane is as a weapon, but now I have it as a weapon. Alright, let's test out this candy cane basher. How good are you at bashing? It's got cool little confetti attacks. Wow. Yeah. Happy holidays. A worthy opponent. You think you can beat me? I have the power of Christmas. Unfortunate. Oh, you messed with the wrong elf on the shelf. I have no idea why I make these dumb jokes. Another one, meets the cane. I'm running out of one-liners. Oh. Oh, jeez. Okay. Fortnite build battle mode activate. No, no! Well, that didn't work. This is the coal generator. It takes up way more space than a biomass burner. And how much power do you produce? 75 megawatts. Which, for comparison, one biomass burner only has like 30. It's just gonna make a new ladder here. Why is it cockeyed? What? Fine, be that way. I didn't want consistency in my stuff anyway. Fine. So yeah, a lot of progress today. We got the coal generators up and running on the second level. Also got the space elevator as well. We got rotors being made, and also got any modular frames yet? Ah, my mistake. There's the modular frames. And there go the modular frames, making their way to their store. I love doing that, but I gotta, do it sparingly. And now, we're on episode 3. So main thing you'll notice is that there's an absurd amount more spaghetti, although nothing's exactly clipping through each other. It's just being weaved all over the place. A lot of fun making this whole factory thing. Now I gotta start over. Although this is probably the only time I'll do like a mass deletion of everything. So in the future, I'm gonna have to make sure I make this thing wonderfully beautiful. And geez, the space elevator's so big and I want to get in the exact spot, so I gotta get on top of a tower just to properly place it. We'll go about here. Okay, so that should be all of the iron able to be produced. Now I gotta make sure I get them all distributed. Okay, in reality, let's see if I can get you over here and then hook you up. Better. So I might have got carried away. I literally just spent I think a full day just working on some other parts of this factory. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the episode, but where do I want to end it at? Maybe here. Something like that. Anyways, I think that's going to be the end of the episode. Next one, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing. Probably just more expansion, probably getting more wires and cable factory Okay, just getting wire factory cables, also getting quartz and caterium, maybe sulfur. No, steel. I need steel. I need steel. Steel, steel, steel. If ever I do things, it must be steel. Steel, steel, steel. Next episode, steel. Next episode will just be titled. Okay, no. And now we get to episode 4. This is gonna be a busy episode. Miner, out of miner material. Actually, I just thought of this. So a truck station needs cables, which I don't have, so I gotta go all the way back to my base and get them. But a truck station actually has 2 inputs and 2 outputs. So in actuality, I can actually have 3 of these going into one side of the truck station, and the other going into the other side of the truck station. It's an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It saved me from railroads countless of times, or something like that. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Steel. Steel, 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 steel. 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 You stole my steel, don't you mean I stealed it? Nearest coal that's unused is way over. Oh my gosh. Well, ain't that kind of cool? Oh, gee. No. This is not going to be a repeat. Come on. Yeah. Oh yeah, you think you can beat me that easily? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah, right. Excuse me, sir, I would like to talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Honestly, pretty fun interaction, just getting the tractor to work. And now, we're on to episode 5. So anyways, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen, playing some Satisfactory on the 20x20 Foundation world. Where if you're just starting, basically the gimmick is that I'm on a 20x20 Foundation limit in terms of producing things and manufacturing. Or same with like power generation, so I got coal power plants way in the back there. But basically, even though it's like a gigantic world out there that I can do whatever I want, I can only build or generate power in this area. I got more specific stuff down in the description, but that's kind of the gist of it. So over the past month or so, I've just been putting a bunch of stuff in this box. It's getting a bit cramped, it's very disorganized, although I've just kind of wanted to throw everything into this area for the longest time. I've already remodeled the whole facility once. I'm not going to do that again. Maybe gosh. Basically, my plan is to try and reorganize a ton of these machines just to save on space, save on power, actually improve my power because I'm like on the edge of my power at all times. And just generally make it look a little bit nicer because Conveyor Belt Heaven is not what this looks like. I want to actually make it look like Conveyor Belt Heaven, although I probably won't even succeed in that. Goodness, I have a lot that I want to do. The Blueprint Designer basically just allows you to build whatever in this 4x4 foundation grid and just kind of copy-paste buildings, basically. Well, then it kind of turned into a thing where, oh, well, let's see what I can do. Also, I want to show this off. Got conveyor belts there. I put down these supports, like, at the bottom, and if I take those out, conveyor belts still stay, and then I have kind of a little floor to get across. Just gotta be very careful when I'm placing these. Wait. What do you mean it's off by an inch? What? Hold on, is that with this? Oh, it is. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, that's aggravating. This railing is off by an inch. That doesn't matter to the pipings at all. Same with like the zip lining, but like that's kind of annoying. And I guess moment of truth is it is going down. Yeah, you can see. Oh, that's thumbnail worthy right there. And now we're on episode 6. Anyways, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen. On status, I'm falling. Hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen, falling to your death right now. Help me, please. I guess Fixos is actually over. Oh, okay. Well, I was able to actually complete it, and you can tell because all the Christmas trees I have all stars on the top of them. Oh, by the way, my power is nearing its limit again, so I need to expand at some point. However, I'm kind of at a point where I can't really expand anymore because everything is so closely packed together. Oh yeah, I also got a new coal tractor. There's a bunch of coal over in this area, and I have a tractor that goes out and collects all the coal and travels a long distance back to bring it back to me. And I can get over 1,000 to... Jeez. I don't even have the ability to use that much coal right now. But I have like a huge chunk of coal that I can actually siphon off of, basically. Which I might try to use a bunch of this coal for my coal generators.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil.
Well, you see, I can actually say the exact same thing. I now have access to finding oil. Oh, there's the oil. But for now, at least I got a way up there, and if I can reach that, got power down here. Well, that was probably the easiest thing. I gotta go through and get all of the oil over here. I gotta get over there. Oh wow. I'm actually surprised I made that jump. Make plastic. Oh, it's making plastics, that's nice. Okay, at this point, I think I really do need to remodel my facility at some point. As much as I really don't want to do it again, I've gotten so many upgrades that I should probably do something like that. I do think I need to reorganize how I manage a lot of my insanity here. I mean, I got conveyor belts going all over the place. Okay, that doesn't really show the conveyor belts everywhere. I think like up here, more like... I got conveyor belts going underneath, 3 layers going over, under... Yeah, I think next episode I'll do this craziness, fix it up. But, I still have time to do stuff. And I want to go on an adventure, and my reward is uploading. It's been several days since I've searched in the desert, and there's something in this direction. Ah, there it is. Oh. I need to use my gun. Back. Starting to remember exploring this cave at some point. The main problem was the spiders. There's a lot of them. Jeez. They also jump. I guess I do have dynamite, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Yeah. Get over here. Just get on the dynamite, it's that easy. Oh, wait. Okay, so I might have forgot to heal. Hey. Okay, make a big jump. Yeah, there we go. Stuff acquired. Bum 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 bum. Jeez. Gosh. I knew there was one in front of me, but I didn't notice there was one behind. It's not there. Oh no. I think I got into a horror game now. That's not good. Oh! Jeez. Didn't know those things could fly. Where am I? Goodness. Is that thing still following me? Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Oh yes it is. Yes it is. Well I got dynamite. Fight this. Yeah. Oh, that was easy. Oi, bug. Yeah, you. Oh. We can get to the trap. Did that kill it? No, it did not. It did not kill it. Why does it look so dark? I mean, the sun should be up by now. Why is it all grayscaled here? What in the... I've had enough adventure for one day. I'm gonna go... And now, we're on to episode 7. So, this is gonna be a pretty big kind of thing that I'm going to be doing, where I'm basically dismantling my entire factory today. The plan is to get 5 adaptive control units a minute, which doesn't sound like a lot, but since the base recipe only produces 1 a minute and it requires a ton of resources, 5's going to be a little difficult. And using some handy-dandy math of multiplication, we can figure out exactly how many resources we need. In this episode, I'll be prioritizing heavy modular frames, or I'm just going to call them heavy adaptive control units. You know what that looks like? Those look like AC units. We got air conditioners. We're making air conditioners today. Or at some point. I don't know when I'll actually be making air conditioners. But for heavy frames, we need 30 modular frames a minute. 30 modular frames, 90 steel pipes, 30 encased industrial beams, and 600 screws, totaling in 6 heavy frames a minute. Anyways, to get 30 modular frames a minute, I need reinforced plates, 45 a minute to be exact, as well as 180 rods. The reinforced plates need about 270 iron plates and 540 screws, and then the iron plates need about 420 iron ingots. And as for the screws, I'm going to need about 140 rods, which is another 150 iron ingots. I'm also going to need another 600 screws just to create the heavy frames in general, which is going to need another 150 rods a minute, which is another 150 ingots, which is another 10 constructors. Things are getting a bit crazy, aren't they? And those are just the requirements for just the heavy frames, and this is already getting a bit complicated. I've got 3 other big resources that I gotta somehow fit into my factory. But like I said, today's focus is just going to be on the heavy frames, and I'll get to the rest of the stuff in the next episode. For now, I gotta start dismantling my factory. Also, I'm not entirely sure if I want to get rid of my refined plates facility, because this is honestly one of my favorite areas. I mean, this section alone has been a thumbnail and is also on my channel banner. I love how this looks. It looks amazing. So I'm thinking about this. I might just keep this, or I don't know. Might want to remake it too. I mean, there's definitely a lot of things I like with this factory. It's just I think I need to do a lot of remodeling to get stuff satisfactory. Not sure how long this will take me, but man, this will be interesting to see an area without anything. This is by far the weirdest thing to see, just like gaping holes in my factory. Everything gets deleted. Everything I worked so hard for. Well, ain't this a before and after image? So yeah, that's the old factory deleted. Wow. Well, not the entire old factory. There's still the refined plates things going on right now. Oh man, there's a lot that I want to do, isn't there? Yeah, of course there is. Let's see. First thing I want to do is get a bunch of generators hooked up. I'm gonna move the snowman. Oh wait, I can't move the snowman because there's no way for me to place it anymore. No! If we look at our graph, it's a little wacky at the moment. Everything's just trying to turn on. Eventually everything will get power. I'm sure of it. Well, while that's warming up, let's make something with the blueprint designer. I want to make a 4x4 platform area that has ceiling lighting. Crochet. Why is it overlapping? What do you mean? Okay, it's gotta be right there. Got it. I forget how picky the blueprint designer is when it comes to, like, what is within its boundaries. I mean, completely fair with what it provides, but still. Okay, I thought up of something. So we got this cool looking design, or whatever. Look at this, I got this cool catwalk design here. It's so... Oh, I love it! Oh gosh. What's even better is that it seamlessly connects, and there's no Z fighting whatsoever. Wait. Uh-oh. you get a hold it now just in there, but now I can't fix that. Uh-oh. Maybe I can plug it up like that. You know, this is going to be something completely forgotten. No one will ever notice this. Ever, ever, ever. I remember when I was making the giant water ramp, and I was like, man, I'm going to save so much time doing a bunch of work. And, well... Uh-oh. No, I didn't mean to place the second one. No. Okay, well, time for the moment of truth. Nighttime. Let's see how effective my new lighting setup actually is. I'm just gonna have it at like 40%-ish. Click. Well, it does make everything bright. Okay, but what about like at 100%? What does that look? As expected. Actually, I wonder... My whole base is now irradiated. Oh no. I got a few other presets. I got blue. Makes everything a deep blue. It does look kind of nice, actually. I kind of wonder what this looks like from up here. Oh gosh. It's just a blue aura. Oh my gosh. Was this worth the investment? I mean, that's quite a spectacle. But, oh gosh, the frames. What about orange? I think we're next to the sun now. Okay, so a bit of time later. Now I got 37 constructors. Actually, what was the 37? I was doing 555 rods a minute. Might be a little different than what it was before, but I basically just re-looked at my numbers and realized that I was off by about 180 iron a minute. Not too big of a deal, I have some extra, that's not too bad. However, I ran some calculations. With the recalculations, I need 1,725 raw iron per minute. I have two 480s coming in, one 450, and one 300, which means I need exactly 15 more. And because 15 is going to be hard to keep track of, I just had it on its own little separate smelter, being smelting 15, even on its own separate miner that's below this whole facility. And then I have that one conveyor belt line get joined in with this one, which joins all the way over at the end for probably this one constructor. That got a smelter way the heck over there, and the constructor's way the heck over here. And as expected, everything's flowing through the whole system. And it's a little bit difficult to see, but I do have a ton of iron going through the whole system. Why isn't this one working? Oh, didn't have the iron blueprint. Now I gotta work on the screws. Okay, let me check my numbers. What do I need for screws? Okay, so I need 600 a minute for the heavy frames, and I need an additional 540 a minute so that I can build the reinforced plates. And I actually mathed out how many constructors I need. I need 29. 29 constructors. Yeah, that should be easy. I'm gonna need a higher lookout tower, aren't I? Man, I'm just expanding forever. Alright guys, we're gonna start the new 20x20 Satisfactory series. We got constructors aplenty. Oh wow, today was busy. So yeah, just as a reminder of what we've been doing today. A lot of changes, oh my gosh. Make our way over to the old platform. Oh wow. So, before, after. Tons of changes, lots of changes. My goodness me, so many. And now, we're on to episode 8. Well, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen playing some Satisfactory on the 20x20 world. Now you might notice that I'm not on my normal observatory tower, because my factory has gotten so big that I need to make this whole other tower to actually view it at all. My whole factory is just going to keep getting bigger. Oh, and I did some like off-camera stuff again. Although that was just getting this giant sorting system underway, and that also sends a bunch of excess stuff over to some recyclers. I got 2 maxed out fuel generators. That consumes a good chunk of fuel a minute, but also gives me like 375 megawatts. I guess there's 2, so that's an extra 750 megawatts. Which, that is telling me that I need to translate into fuel at some point. Because quick comparison, if we go down here, I got a bunch of coal generators down at the bottom level, but they're all only producing like 75 megawatts. And there's a bunch of them here, so 2 of those fuel generators are the equivalent to 10 coal generators, which I like those numbers. I like those numbers a lot. So, what are we getting into in this episode? Well, we'll be making some computers, getting those automated, because we need those for the air conditioners, or the automated control units. I think air conditioners just sound funny. And if I get computers automated, that also means I get circuit boards automated, which is another component to the air conditioners, which leaves the automated wiring left, which I'll get into that next episode. But computers also allow access to trains, which allows me to basically access the entire map's worth of resources. That is to say, once I get trains, the whole world's resources will be mine. That, and I guess whenever I get drones too, that'll also be when. Then a little bit of this, a little bit of that, with a dash of this, bit of a connection here, bit of a connection there, and I missed 2 of them. Quick error adjustment, and there we go, circuit boards are automated, which also means that computers are automated. All of the resources are together. Now to get some computers. And with how my system works, I can just connect it to any of the green conveyor belts, and the computers will get automatically sent over to my sorting system. And just like that, that is now 3 of the 4 parts needed for the air conditioners. The 4th part, being automated wiring, is going to be in the next episode, because that's a whole ordeal. But for now, time to get on to something a little interesting. Trains. Oop. Trains are honestly one of my favorite parts of Satisfactory, just because I mean, it's trains. You get like actual working trains here. Anyways, it comes to a stop at the train station near the base. And there's nothing to unload quite yet, but it does work. There's nothing to load or unload, so it should just go on its merry way back to the station. Yep, off it goes. Back to the oil station it goes. Now I gotta get back I missed my train. No! So, the idea I got is I'm gonna put some refineries in this area. Over time, I'm going to phase out all of my coal generators and replace them with fuel generators. I'll also need to put my storage battery somewhere. Actually, now that I think about it, I guess I could put them outside? I think this is one of those gray area things, but technically, since this is generating power, because by storing power, actually, that brings up a question. Technically, this is only storing power, not really generating it. But, you know, definitively, I think I will add power storage units to the list of stuff that it can only stay within, so I guess I need to move that, maybe. Ah, gosh. Whatever, I'll figure something out later. Well, let's see if it works. Well, polyresin's being produced, which also means fuel is being produced? Question mark? Oh yeah, it is. See, I got about an hour to get everything set up. Shouldn't be too bad. Just need everything running long enough for me to get some supplies. Let's see, can I place this here? Oh, that intersects with a few things. Never mind. And another one there. And another one there. And now, on to episode 9. And oh goodness me, this is going to be another busy episode if I do think so. Anyways, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen, playing some Satisfactory on the 20x20 world. And I want to show this really quick. I moved my drop pod location, just kind of up here, kind of decorated it a bit. This is where my respawn's going to be for now. Anyways, plans that I got for today. Let me just recap what we got so far. Well, so far we've automated heavy frames, computers, and circuit boards. And that's pretty cool and all, but now we're missing the final component, automated wiring. Automated wiring requires some stators and some cables. Oh me oh my, the cables. Why do I say oh me oh my? Well, look here. 750 cables required for the automation of auto cables. Alright, so I'll just put some constructors down. I need 66 constructors just for wires alone, and then half that for the cables. Ew, that's gross. Okay, that problem's fixed up. Now I gotta just connect everything onto it. So now the smelter should be running, which also means the constructor should be running soon. That actually didn't take up as much space as I thought it would. That's not right. So I needed 1980. Divide that by 30... Wait, did I do my math wrong? Did I do my math wrong and I just needed only 33? Huh. Well, I feel slight dumb. So I only needed 33 constructors and not 66 that I calculated. Because oh my gosh, I put the input and the output mixed up again. Oh well, that's fine. Room for expansion. If I need more wire, I can just throw more ore into this area. Whoa, easy modulation. It's like I designed things to be modulated or something. So let's see, if I actually do have 66 constructors here, they're producing 60 wire a minute, so this thing can produce nearly 4,000 wire a minute, which is double what I thought. Because I mathed wrong. I think this is just one of those I gotta make sure everything runs for a while first before... Well, while I'm waiting for that to get caught up, I guess I could make some steel pipes. So I'm gonna need 1,040 steel ingots, which means I'll also need that amount in coal and iron per minute, which I believe I can use my coal thing here for... Because it's in, no. Whoa. What the? Excuse me, sir, what? Alright. Sir, are you okay? You just... thanks? I think that's wrong. Okay, I don't have 5 million coal coming in per minute. That's absurd. I might have to edit the trucks a little bit just to... Goodness. Only 88 items per minute now. You're slacking, spooky truck. Slacker. Didn't expect a jump scare from a tractor of all things. Okay, and I think that should be the last little bit of this area. I just gotta get these cables connected up there, and not clipping through everything. There we go. Wait. This one's tilted? What the heck? I don't think I've ever seen a tilted box. That's weird. Okay, that's stators and cables connected. Now, the big question of where do I want air conditioners to be automated? Because I have all of the stuff required to make them. Okay, some amount of time later. I'm not really sure how much time has passed since I actually did this, because I did a few things. So I kind of let this upper area run for a while just to try and get things, places, and get stuff filled up. Wires are filled up, which is nice. I do have an overflow buffer here to the moment, because I need to figure up stuff. Kind of to the side, I got 2 manufacturers, fully overclocked, producing modular engines. Problem is that I don't have motors coming in too well, because if we go over to the motor assemblers, I don't have many stators coming in. It might also be that now my stator factory is working at full production, and it's just it's filling up the automated wiring first before it fills up any of the motor production. So I might need to work on fine-tuning things to increase the amount of stators, or just have everything running long enough for it all to fill up. Well, I think I'm just going to end the episode there. A lot of work today, again. I seem to be doing that a lot, but I need to work on getting the space elevator done so that I can get access to aluminum, which gets me Mark V conveyor belts. But there's also nuclear power at some point, and I think I'm going to have to dedicate a whole episode to making nuclear power, because I'm always at my limit of power, so if I can get nuclear power at some point, that would be nice. How long until I get nuclear power? I don't know. I'll figure that out, I guess. This factory looks pretty cool now. Might be interesting later on to like go up and down through the levels of the factory and just seeing like all the different versions that I've been going through. And just, yeah, at this time, this is how I felt like playing. And then at this time, this is how I felt like playing. And then we just go crazier and crazier. It goes higher and higher. More complex strategies, more dimension usage or something like that. And now, we're on episode 10. And, is it just me or am I a little bit higher? Well, correct. I am a little bit higher. I got this cool radar tower now. And what does it do? It lets me see everything in this area. Not entirely useful, but at the very least, when I pull up my map, I can actually see all of the nodes that I haven't found yet. This episode, I'm only really focusing on the bauxite refining into aluminum, and I need some stuff. Good thing I got a cool old storage facility here for everything that I need. Okay, got that ready, send it off. Now my guess is
Milestone reached. Quartz and bauxite scanning unlocked. A new generation of basic aluminum parts is now available, which can be constructed from bauxite after a complex process of refinement.
It is very complex.
The blender will be used in future processes.
Well, thank you, Ada. So, bauxite, what is that? Well, it's bauxite. Where is it? How do you spell it? B-A-U. No? Main thing I want is the aluminum sheets, so that I can get Mark V conveyor belts. Once I get those, then I can do everything. Which, I already could do everything before, but now I can do everything again, but more. So the actual process for getting aluminum sheets is a little complex. I need aluminum ingots, but to get aluminum ingots, I need silica and some aluminum scrap. I get aluminum scrap by combining coal and alumina solution. I get alumina solution by combining bauxite and water. So basically, I need to get some bauxite over to my base, do some manufacturing to get that done, and then I get aluminum, and then I do everything. And then afterwards, I'll get to nuclear power, or something like that. I want to get nuclear power at some point because power is quite nice, and having power is quite nice. Alright, we are approaching the area now. I forgot what the area is exactly called, but we're approaching it rapidly. And I think we're here, actually. Okay, well, how about the thing that I came here for? Bauxite, where's that at? Another spider. It's up on that hill. Oh, nice. There it is. Get a trap ready. Hello down there. Alright, do you want to explode? Well, that didn't work. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, that didn't get them. I am at no HP. Okay, that's nice. Let's see. Creature in the way. What's in the way? Oh, wait, it's a lizard doggo! Hello, lizard doggo. Oh, aren't you cute and adorable? No, no, don't run away. So apparently if you drop a raspberry down, they'll come and look at it. No. Where is he? There he is. And here we see a wild lizard doggo in its natural habitat. Lizard doggo, I got a little treat for you. Aww. He took it. Aww. Doggo with long name. Lizzie. It's the Lizzie. Is there a thing I can do that just pet? Pet. Well, I can kind of pet it, but it pulls up the inventory. Anyways, now I got a little lizard doggo following me. Anyways, time to do some crazy construction. Whoa. So, a bit of time later, time to show what little I have done. So the main thing that I'm trying to do is just get a bare bones setup, just to make sure everything's working properly. I got some miners getting some bauxite into a container that transports all this bauxite into several different containers that will eventually fill up. But yeah, this is the train setup for the moment. Like I said earlier, I'll do some modifications later just to make it better. Although right now, I want to try and get at least a minimal setup just so I can actually have some aluminum in production so that I can actually use aluminum for the park. And here we are at the stop station. See, all the resources that get transported get sent into these containers. And they hold a lot of bauxite, and I kind of noticed that there's just a lot here. So I can definitely make some like very complex machine in here. Anyways, what I ended up doing, if I go down here real quick, I've got a bunch of water coming into some packagers. Packagers unpackage the water and get sent off to all of these refineries. The refineries take some water and make alumina solution with silica byproduct. The alumina solution goes to the next refinery making aluminum scrap, and I'm making too much scrap. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not really a bad thing. It's actually okay. This is enough constructors to rival the wire factory. But I think silica production is fine. Anyways, copper ingots come into here, get combined with aluminum ingots that are getting made in the foundry tower here. Then these are combined in an assembler to make aluminum sheets, which is what I really needed. And everything gets routed to these containers. Look at all those sheets. So calculations aside, I think this is like 540 sheets a minute, which that's pretty good. I've also got some constructors up here that takes the spare aluminum ingots and makes some aluminum casing. Although I think I need to work on the rates for ingots, because oh no, that one doesn't have enough silica. Well, whatever, that's something I just want to optimize another time. And now, we're on episode, what, I think we're on 11? Yeah, we're on 11. But yeah, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen on another episode of the 20x20 Satisfactory World. And one might notice that I've done a little bit of decorating. It does look a little different now, don't it? So yeah, I got a wall made. I don't have everything a wall yet, but I've got a wall on this side, which is where I mostly am, so that's a start at least. Probably just gonna off-camera work on this every now and again, just to improve it. But today is not nuclear reactors. As much as I want to get into nuclear reactors, I don't want to do those quite yet. Mostly because I got a bunch of other stuff that I got to do in preparation for it, so I think the reactor stuff's going to be in the next episode. Right now my only problem is that I don't have enough bauxite, weirdly enough. I mean, these two first containers are getting pretty full, it's just the last one just doesn't get anything. And as much as I want to go over there and work on it, I want to work in this biome to make it easier to get the bauxite on the train, because I need to do that, but I don't want to work at night because it looks a little spooky in here. I don't understand why does this place look so spooky. So that's gonna have to wait until some other time. Oh, I need cartridges! I don't ever get to use color cartridges. They're really cheap to make, but it's kind of hard to use a bunch of them. Color cartridges, there we go. Put back the flower petals and... Wait, is my Nobelisk detonator? What? I know I dropped it on the ground. Where did it... I know for sure I dropped it on the ground here. Wait. What? Why was it so tiny? It's not that tiny. I think that's a bug. It's so easy to just place a bunch of these. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that is a road. Oh, anyways, time to make a platform for the tractor truck stop off this thing. No. Alright, we got 2 normal quartz nodes. Time to actually get them usable. Oh, I don't have steel pipes. Uh-oh. Well, luckily I have the infrastructure for a road, and I just so happen to have a vehicle in my pocket, with the fuel in my pocket as well. So, some amount of time later, I did a little bit of modifications here and there to make improvements here and there. I need to get rid of that roadblock. But I kind of improved the little docking area, added a little bit of color, a little bit of functionality here and there. I'm gonna get run over. Yeah, there goes the truck again, off to get some more quartz. And before you know it, quartz crystal in production! Wait, how much is this? 0.5 multiplied by 60. I got 360 quartz crystal a minute. That is important because if I get out crystal oscillators... If I look at this, it needs 18 crystal a minute. So 360, divide that by 18. I can get 20 oscillators a minute. So I can make 20 manufacturers worth of all this stuff. That depends. Do I have the materials from refined plates and cables? So I guess quick thing, for funnies, I was gonna see what would happen if I turned on like all of my machines just to see honestly what would happen. But the sound is kind of delayed. Now, is that bad? No, I mean, not particularly. However, whenever sound is becoming a little incomplete like that, that's a better way to hear it. That definitely means there's a slight issue somewhere. However, if I would have to say what's causing like some lag around here, it could honestly be all of the particle effects that's going on from these batteries here, all of the machines, everything that's running all at once, and like, gosh, there's a reason why people build stuff very far away from each other, just so they don't have to render everything at once. But I gotta say, this is insanely impressive that even this is able to be rendered. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I've said it 2 billion times, the developers have over-optimized this game. Okay, so I did some calculations with how much plastic I need in order to make the circuit boards and computers and other stuff required. I need 77.5 refineries. So plan to just kind of help me out a bit. Let's see, how many can I fit in here? You know, I could theoretically fit 4 in here. Now, is that a good idea? I don't know. But at least this way I could potentially squeeze things down. Oh gosh, this is going to be extremely compact, isn't it? It's going to have to be. And bada bing bada boom, you get something that looks a little bit like this. So, it's starting to look like a crazy city in here now. And this is what the piping looks like. There's probably slightly better ways onto how I gotta pipe this up, but I think it looks cool with the step piping. And obviously I'm over my power capacity, so all of my power storage units are just going crazy. So yeah, all these refineries are making plastic, very little plastic at a time, but they're all getting grouped up onto one belt and getting sent off. However, there's a heavy oil residue as a byproduct, and those get sent to all of these refineries and turned into petroleum coke. Now I gotta start on the next level and get a bunch of copper machines up and running. "77 smelters, and what does that look like? About, that much. More accurately, about this much. Now that doesn't look like 77. However, I kinda did a little bit of compacting magic in here. So much that I'm getting trapped. So yeah, this is another case where I just got a smelter thing. This block has about 14 different smelters in it. And all of them are outputting forward, either the smelters are on the bottom or mergers on the top, stuff like that. Oil? No, ore gets transferred into the smelters, each of them as well. Now, do I have the copper ore for this right now? No. I'll work on that later. Whoa, wait, where'd all my copper ingots go? Over to the copper sheet thing. Yeah, wonderful transition, I know. You know, looking at this is starting to put my weird wire thing to shame. But yeah, all of this is to get a bunch of copper sheets ready. It's 815 if I actually have the copper ingots going in. So I guess kind of a funny thing. You know how many smelters I put in place where I put like, I don't know, 84 or something like that? I kind of like 82? A lot. Put down a lot. But basically, I needed a ton of wire so that I could make a ton of cables. And then I kind of found out, although I probably should have figured this out a bit earlier, that I could use alternate recipes. So basically I just take the rubber from refineries and excess oil, pump them into some assemblers with not as many wires, and then I save like 300 wire a minute now, and now I have like more smelters than I know what to do with. Basically I might have spent a bit too much time getting carried away about making all of this, but I guess I might as well show off what I made. So yeah, down here in the refinery floor, there's refineries everywhere, plastic getting created, heavy oil getting sent off to these overclocked refineries. Turns it into petroleum coke. And all the petroleum coke gets sent off to be combined with all the iron that I got earlier into some foundries to make steel ingots. Ideally, a bunch of these steel ingots are going to go throughout the rest of my facility to replace a lot of machines, because that is a lot of steel ingots. I think it's like 3,000 a minute. And then the crystal oscillators from downstairs get combined with the computers as well as some aluminum casing, and they make radio units. How many radio units? About this much. So if I get close to these refineries, you might hear, not much. Why? Because I turned off the sound. Why? Because all of these machines running at the same time ends up having their audio overlapping so much that it just sounds terrible. I've also turned off the power storage sounds because it's a similar problem. Speaking of, thank goodness I invested in this power storage thing. I can run my entire facility for 5 hours. Or more if I kept it charged, but yeah, my whole facility is running right now. All the different machines are working as hard as they can to do whatever they have possible to do. So I think that's just going to end the episode. I kind of spent a bit more time than I probably should have working on all this stuff. I no joke was just gonna straight up make the assembly directors and get that over with, but I was like, wait, Dean, you've been like building all this for like a week straight. It's not good for you. You should like stop or something. Oh yeah? Well, who's gonna stop me? Me! And then I stopped me. But anyways, now that I'm here and not Dean, I will take advantage of this power and stop production of production. What do you mean, stop? Look, just don't question it. Just don't question it, okay? Look, I'm taking over now. You stay over there for a moment. You take a break. Just have a moment. Alright, fine, I guess. I'm gonna check on YouTube for a bit. Yeah, whatever. Anyways, this is the first part of the nuclear saga. The saga of me eventually getting nuclear power, eventually. The idea of this episode was to get towards drones, and make drones. But then I realized I needed radio units. And then I made radio units automated, which, oh gosh, that was... what? I don't even have all the resources required to get it to run properly. But the infrastructure's in place, so that's nice. Also gonna start getting nuclear power around that time, or at least like start with it. The whole idea with drones is that I want to get uranium up in my base, but I don't want uranium going through my stuff so that I have to constantly wear a hazmat suit to be aware of Hey Dean, what is it? Have you seen our last episode? What do you mean? Look at the view count. But... what? Well, that's interesting. I guess, thanks for checking me out? That's pretty cool, I guess. And now, we're on to episode 12. What exactly is this monstrosity that I have just created off screen at some point that took me maybe a few days to make? Oh, I'm gonna call this the grid. What exactly is the grid? Well, it's my attempt to make a gigantic modular garage for a project that I'm gonna get into. Basically, I would like some water. Water is water. It's actually a pretty important thing that I need for a lot of processing going on in my plant. Now, as you might notice, I'm kind of in a desert, and there's not much water. And some amount of time later, I got a number of extractors of water. How many? 112 water extractors, with a bunch of packagers and conveyor belting all hooked up already. Doesn't look very spaghetti, but oh, whatever, that's fine. Okay, I got a bunch of water hooked up now, or at least the water bottles. And all the packaging's getting sent off. Gotta make sure that's actually getting routed everywhere. Yeah, look. Just kind of reminiscing, this is where I started out. I had my hub on this cliff that was really annoying to get to. I had some iron here. There's a copper node, there's a limestone node. And now it's this. And it's only going to get bigger. Then after some amount of time, we can kind of see this little wasp flying around, and that's the drone. But eventually they get back to their home destination landing pad and deposit all of the bauxite that I need. And it looks like bauxite's getting sent throughout everything. It's starting to make batteries. Oh, this is wonderful. Battery production is complete. Aluminum scrap getting sent off to a bunch of different smelters, used to make a bunch of aluminum ingots, then constructed into aluminum casing. All of that's then combined in a blender and blended together into something incredible. The batteries. Clocking in at a whopping 300 batteries a minute. And I probably won't need that much, but that pretty much settles all of my drone needs for the foreseeable future. And now, we're on episode 13. Yeah, we're on 13. And I think before I jump down, I'm going to look around a little bit. It might look a little different. I mean, if you look in the top right, it says experimental build. I'm on update 8, so that's pretty cool. I wanted to update the world earlier, but there was a weird bug that was going on with my power storage units that basically crashed my game every time I got too close to them. But only when they were running, so it was something with the particle effects. But whatever they did, the devs did to actually patch the experimental, but it actually fixed the bug. So now we're in update 8. The satisfactory froze. Just trying to see if the crash happens again. Oh no! I'm just going to delete 4 of these only. This is temporary until later. Okay, so supposedly if I re-enable this again, if I get too close, then I should be... Nope, no, I'm not safe. Okay, well, good news is, as long as I don't go into the center of my power storage area, I should be fine. I'll need to investigate that at some point. Just as a reminder, experimental build, this is all experimental. Somewhere in this cave is a uranium deposit, there it is, and it's guarded by a spider. Well, time to set up a little base of operations. So, a problem with uranium that you might be noticing is that there's a radiation level just kind of constantly ticking away. And that is definitely something to be a little concerned over. Mostly because if I'm not careful, if I lose out on all of my iodine filters, I will just kind of die by radiation. So obviously that's not quite ideal. Is that a purple slug? Yum 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 yum. Splitter, splitter, splitter. Then all I gotta do is just power up everything, as well as getting the batteries hooked up to it. Batteries! Now I just tell the sulfur drones to go to this port, and they should be making their way here any moment now. Oh, there they are. Nah. Next I gotta get wire. Which, do I even have anywhere up here? Ooh, there's a spot. So 240 wire and 120 ingots, okay? Oh wait, I could probably use Caterium instead. Because I get more wire. Ooh! You know, that is kind of tempting. I do have Caterium here. Alright, stators are done. On to getting... What? Why is there just a floating wire? I don't think that's right. Is it just music getting a little radiated in here? See, how radioactive are these things? I know they're like radioactive, but like... Oh wait. Well, no wonder I'm very irradiated. I've been holding them in my hand this whole time. Here we go. Right, here's the first power plant. It's a lot bigger than I thought it'd be. I find it funny that the reactors have taken up just as much, if not more, space than all the manufacturing I got here. I also got to make sure I have a drone port set up just to get a lot of the waste out. And I don't have anywhere for the waste, do I? Ooh. Well, in order to get to where we need to go, we're going to need to catch a train. Woohoo! Because with how this nuclear waste works, we're going to need to go really far. I just gotta connect these up. Now, that is some storage. Never gonna look at it again until I get into plutonium production. Although, that's gonna be a while. 'Cause I don't think I'm gonna be actually doing plutonium stuff until like way later. Okay, everything should be running in case beams are getting made, and the manufacturers are slowly but surely getting the control rods they need. And now I just look at this graph until it bumps up the capacity. Oh, what was that? I saw a spluggle. What happened here? Somewhere here. Why was that up by like 20? Hello, Mr. Uranium Fuel Rod. Might you please get to a nuclear reactor soon? Take your time. Oh, I can see it now. There it is. What was with my hands? But yeah, just the one reactor alone is enough to double my capacity, which is absurd. Anyways, I got another 7. Well, you know what? From the looks of it, it seems to be this whole system is functioning properly. I mean, they're mostly cycling on and off currently, but that's mostly because their fuel may or may not be available. But it works, and I don't have to worry about the problem down there. Oh well, that'll be for another time. Now it's time for episode 14 of the game. Anyways, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen, as I said, back on the 20x20 Satisfactory world, and well, nuclear power is operational now. I can actually run my facility as much as I want. So, goal for today is to try and get turbo motors unlocked and actually automated. But in order to even start doing that, I need to get access to fused modular frames. In order to get that, I'll need some heavy frames, aluminum casing, and nitrogen gas. I have no nitrogen gas. I'm going to get that first. And according to my map, there is some nitrogen just kind of way off in the corner here. Well, let's just go over there, see what we can do. I think in this case, probably easiest thing to do is just to make a train station and have it set for liquids. Luckily, gas is a little forgiving, I guess, when it comes to actually using it. Because in Satisfactory, gas is not a liquid, and is therefore, by association, not affected by gravity. Every single time, I look over at my base and just admire how large it's become. Thinking at this point it's been like almost a year, very close to that, since I like actually started this whole series, so it just feels nice getting this far. So I got nitrogen and aluminum casing accounted for, or at least for now, so I can make the fused frames. I now need the heavy frames, which I do have some heavy frame production like extremely far down there at the bottom, but I'm thinking on instead alternatively using all of the extra steel that I got being made from all of the extra petrol coke that's just being made from all of these refineries here. So I think I'll use those and have a different production line for some heavy frames that I could probably actually put in this crevice. I feel like I could put something here. Yeah, I can do that. Alright, that's mod frames automated. And the game crashed. Yay. Alright, so the modular frames are pretty much done, and now I gotta get into the encased beams, which is gonna need some concrete, which is gonna need approximately 3 refineries, and a tiny bit extra. Alright, that's the heavy frames done. Now I gotta get everything together and get fused frames. And I think for the fused frames I'm gonna make another level. I wonder if I'll get to like particle accelerator stuff by the time I get like up there. How does the center look? Whoa. That's definitely a sight to behold. Alright, so fused modular frames are up and running. Next up is motors. Require 5 per, so that's actually, yeah, that's 20 motors. Or 20 assemblers for the motors, and this is 18 currently. So if my math is right, I'm gonna need 200 of both stators and rotors? A minute? Oh gosh. Then you take a few 1s and you take a few 2s and you end up with something that looks like this. I also ended up having a copper shortage, so I got some more drone ports specifically for copper. The majority of the ore is getting sent to all these smelters below that just needed a bunch of copper to be topped off anyway. But it basically takes all that copper, turns it into ingots, most of which are getting turned into copper sheets, though there's not enough constructors up here for the project I'm working on. So underneath the turbo motor floor, there's another field of constructors constructing sheets. Also, I don't like how the lighting is breaking right here. Devs, I found a bug. Guys. Heading down to the smeltery floor, we have my massive coke steel smeltery, which converts my excess of petroleum coke from my plastic refineries into steel. And if my calculations are right, I've used the last of my foundries. I mean, specifically for the steel coke stuff, but a good chunk of them are going towards making steel beams, of which get converted into a plethora of screws. I think it's like 1,600 screws a minute going along some conveyor belts, which is a lot. But the screws and copper sheets are combined together in assemblers to get rotors, while the remainder steel and caterium is used to make stators, and we get about 200 rotors and stators a minute. Rotors and stators then get combined in assemblers to make motors. The motors. So I guess now I finally have a motor factory, which is nice. The remaining copper and aluminum sheets get combined together to make heat sinks. Heat sinks are then combined with rubber, nitrogen, and water in order to create, quite honestly, one of the coolest looking parts in the game, the cooling devices. Of which I now have too many of. Well, I'm gonna have less of them, I'm gonna need them for something. The rubber comes from a bunch of refineries that unfortunately have some heavy oil byproducts, of which I could have got rid of in many other ways, but I chose to get rid of them with turbo fuel. And by that, just allowing me to be able to use turbo fuel finally, because whee! And with that, I think I actually have all of the parts needed for turbo fuel. Turbo motors. And there we go. I got a turbo motor. Sweet. Now I just need to wait till there's like 100 of these. While I'm waiting, I just gotta say I like how this ended up looking, even though it's a bit chaotic. Invader belts going all over the place. It does look okay. And now it's time for nuclear pasta on episode 15 of the 20x20 Satisfactory World. Alright, anyways, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen with another episode of the 20x20 World, and like I said, today we'll be getting into nuclear pasta. But anyways, nuclear pasta, what even is that? Is that a real thing? It is actually. However, in Satisfactory, it is this blue box, or a blue sphere within a box that the sphere itself is shielding the actual nuclear pasta particle. And I mean it's an actual particle. I won't get into the science too much, but I need two things. I need copper powder and a pressurized conversion cube. Pressurized cubes are kinda easy, I just need fused frames and radios, both of which I have already automated a long time ago, so I should be able to get pressurized conversion cubes nicely easily. I cannot say the same, however, for the copper powder. So why is the copper powder kind of difficult? Well, so my plan is to try and get 5 nuclear pasta a minute, which doesn't sound like a lot, but the base recipe is 0.5. So for the record, whatever numbers I'm going to get here, multiply that by 10. So at base, I'm going to need 100 copper powder a minute, and if I multiply that by 10, that's going to be 1,000. In order to get copper powder, I'm going to need copper ingots. Base recipe is 50 a minute, so I'm going to end up needing 20 constructors worth of copper powder. Now if I have 20 constructors in order to make the 1,000 copper powder requirement, I'm going to need 300 times 20, 6,000 copper ingots a minute. So that's a lot. So I think my plan is I'm going to get a bunch of trains going to separate copper nodes across the map, get them all to a central train station that's going to be here, have them take off up the upward coil to get deposited, and then the giant train will come back down and get stationed for the next deposit. I'm starting to realize something about the corkscrew. Just go up and flatten up and flatten up and flatten. Not exactly a fan of it, but I'm not sure how to actually straighten that out. Oh, hello. Wait, do they go around this way? Wait, is he just... Hello, drone. Oh, now that bugs me so much. There was a purple slug here the whole time, and I don't have room for it. Okay, well, what's the best way to get down there? Seems to be going along the staircase of a hill here. That goes right through these gas fields. Well, luckily, I have an answer for that. Yeah. 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 Ah. Yeah? Jeez. Yeah. Ha, you. Yeah. 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 Was this a cargo pod I'd never accessed before? Oh my gosh, this is one I've never accessed before. And I don't have room for it, and I don't want to deal with you. Go away. Yeah. Okay, skillful place. Yeah. Yeah! I'm gonna put this one right on top. This one too. So let's see if I can snipe this one. Yeah. No, of course I did. But what about this one? Way over there. Oh, I got it! And now... Oop. I've always wanted to do the game's lagging. Alright, we made it to the first copper node. So for now, I'm just gonna get everything, like, somewhat set up. And then eventually, whenever I have the materials and everything's ready, then I'll just upgrade everything after that. Well, I'm just gonna have to go on an exploration to find the rest of the copper I need. Why is it too steep? No, it isn't. Lies. This might actually mean I have a reason to go into a different biome. Which, I mean, it does actually mean something. I looked ahead, and there's definitely copper in this area. Alright, so that's this copper line done, along with the train. I mean, I can just pretty much just say, but, okay, that should be good. Yep, off he goes. So that's another copper line ready. Well, not exactly ready, but, yeah, you know. So anyways, with those ones out of the way, now I've got to go find, like, 5 or 6 more copper nodes. Then, like, a bunch of iron nodes and get that all connected on the train network. Shouldn't take me too long, though. Wait, can it? That doesn't look like that would work. Can I literally just go through a railroad? Now, normally, I would say no to this. But I think it's funny. Haha, no one will ever notice this. Oh. Wait, is it Fixmas time? Oh. Oh, I guess yeah, it is Fixmas. It is December. Yeah, I'll get into Fixmas in a bit later, but basically just presents start falling from the sky. Like there's another one that fell. There's like an advent calendar and some other random things to do. I'll for sure get into them later. I just gotta finish this up first. Okay, that's done and ready. Alright, off to the base. Railroad tracks too sharp of a turn for going straight. Impossible. Okay. I think I did really well on this. It's like a baker's oven in here. Alright, that's next step done. I got 100 foundries, all given a ton of copper, iron ore. Also, I got this like weird overflow system going. So how it works, all of the copper ingots go normally towards a container here, but this is in the case that I want to use the ingots for any other reason. So normally, everything goes towards copper powder, but whenever I don't have the copper powder machines online, I can send everything into this storage container, which I can then send off to any other part of my factory. And I ran the calculations. Supposedly there's only 700 copper ingots going along these lines at any point in time. And there's 15 conveyor lines. So 15 times 700 is about 10,500. So either my numbers are wrong or there's something else. I think I literally have more ore coming in than I should be able to have possible. I wonder if it has something to do with like quantum physics, because I'm getting more things where they shouldn't be. I need to do more research. Train quantum physics? I don't know. But that doesn't matter right now. Next step is to get particle accelerators in. Oh, that's right, pressure conversion key. Oh yeah. I was so busy getting all this copper stuff set up, I completely forgot about those things. Oh, there we go. Jeez. Guess I shouldn't be standing in it. Alright, so this thing should be sucking up a lot of power. How's my power looking at? Tolerable. It's tolerable, definitely. I kind of wonder how this thing actually works in terms of like sending particles around in a loop. Does it just keep like accelerating particles until it reaches a point and then it goes to the next loop? Maybe. So it should be making the pasta in a moment. It's almost there. We're approaching critical mass. Oh, okay, I think it's better. And oh, did I see what I thought I see? I saw what I thought I see. It is a nuclear pasta. Oh, so yeah, there we go. I got nuclear pasta in the palm of my hand. And now it is finally time to end off the series, the 20x20 world. The frame rate on that is very crazy. Alright, hello everybody, it's DeanSpillaBean back on your screen with another, or probably the final episode of the 20x20 Satisfactory World. And I did make another observatory tower back there, specifically just so I can encapsulate the size of the... There's the old tower that I started everything on. Now, I'm a bit further back. Anyways, main thing I want to get done today is actually getting the space elevator done. So, what exactly does that entail? Main thing, I'm going to have to kind of cut through around here. Alright, we're at the space elevator now, or at least one part of it. Main thing, I got assembly directors done, I just need magnetic generators, engines, and pasta. I got pasta done last episode, that took a bit, but now I just need these other two parts, and I'm planning on getting both of these in this episode. Also, epilepsy warning for like a little bit, because I glanced over it in like the last episode, but basically, while there is no height limit, I have found some weird visual errors. I guess my real question is, how high up is there left to go? Whoa. Is that God in the distance? Where the heck even am I now? And I'm out of rods. Wait. Ooh. Okay, I think the quote-unquote build limit is wherever this massive cloud thing is. It is up there. And this isn't gonna mean much of anything, but I did do like a bit of the Fixmas event, and just got some random stuff here and there, you know, just random stuff for like no reason in particular. So I did just make it like a bazillion branches, reinforced blades and concrete, and put a bunch of trees everywhere. It's definitely like 100, because I've also put some like on the cliffs and just around here. I've lost track of how many I put down. I also want to mention something before I get into calculating craziness. This is my assembly director factory. That's it. Alright, first things first, I gotta clear out this entire floor of stuff. Alright, now I got myself a clean slate, and this actually feels like enough room for what I want to do. Mostly because I don't have a lot of production that I need, but so I'm gonna have to get some manufacturers in for everything first. I do find it a little weird that V-Frame's only real purpose, not only as a space elevator part, but also as a part for another space elevator part. Like, that's the only reason V-Frames exist. Alright, it might not look it, but V-Frames, mod frames to specifically get to the V-Frames, and the smart plating is done and is routed. as spaghetti as it looks. And supposedly if I turn this on, everything should be powered up. Yep, everything's all powered up. Although there are like some parts that need to get enabled a bit later, but the main thing is that the basic functions of all of this is ready to go. And now I gotta turn everything on and wait very patiently for everything to get done. Now, as much as I'd like to get closer to all of this machinery in order to see everything working, I came across a problem where if I have everything running at the same time, my game could crash. So, I'm just gonna have to watch from the sidelines. And I'm pretty sure there's gonna be like a line of nuclear pasta at some point, but that's gonna take a bit. Ooh, yeah, here comes all the nuclear pasta. Now, to be fair, I did have a lot of these in stockpile way up at the top, which is why there's a disproportionate amount. But, main thing is that that's all getting sent over to the space elevator now. All I gotta do is wait, and then I get the space elevator done. And the series will be over. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take for me to put fireworks everywhere and get everything set up. It will take me a good chunk of time, though. But it's gonna probably like light up the entire world for a little bit. That's a present. Passing over to the quartz truck roadway, like the only major roadway that I've ever made. It just gets a bunch of quartz. Ah yes, and of course, who could forget the grid? This absurdly massive complex specifically to be a train garage. Only problem I got with this whole system is the water isn't good enough. As in, I'm actually bringing in like, I think twice as many water bottles, but I don't have enough like unpackaging stuff. Like, I'm not utilizing it that much. But when I was making it, I never knew how much water I was actually going to use. But then I got into getting a bunch of copper and iron specifically for pasta. And, wow, I do like the conveyor belt ocean that I got here. Especially like this little area. This looks wacky. All the ores going up this massive corkscrew specifically to get it all turned into copper ingots. And then turn into powder, into pasta. Ah, that was a good episode. And this one I kind of forget about sometimes, just because of how not much I go to it. But it's basically where I get all of my coal into the factory. There's like a truck that comes around occasionally. It's coming in now. That basically just hauls like tons of coal all the way to it. Although at some point it got a little too slow, so I had to get like a couple extra drones in for it. Oh yeah, and I can't forget the first attempt that I had using the blueprint designer. And in that episode, I just made this massive ramp to go all the way from my base all the way to the top of this mountain. Now with the grid that's here, it looks tiny, but this looked really cool when it was on its own. Basically went all the way up here just to get some water. Honestly, it wasn't that much water, but it was enough at the time, so it worked out. Then I also just really liked the whoa, it's really cool. Wait a second, is this my starting area? Yeah, this is where I started. Wow. Yeah, there's a copper node there, there's a pure iron, there's a limestone. This area changed a little bit, I think, since the last couple updates. But this pretty much is the location. I remember there was like a shrub somewhere around here that I picked up. And then I was like, yeah, this is going to be our fuel source. And it's just a single shrub. Now we're at nuclear power. This is also my first conveyor belt highway, where I just had a blueprint designed highway full of conveyor belts, which honestly worked pretty well for the time, just so I can get tons of items across the land easier. Nowadays there's drone ports to be hooked up, and for power, we got the power towers now, which I greatly enjoy these. I could probably like redo a lot of stuff, but I don't want to do all of it again. Not yet.
I mentioned this before, I'll mention it in the future. Whenever Satisfactory gets fully released, I'm gonna return to this game. I'm gonna start all over again. With some new goals in mind, something like that. I remember the old storage facility that I had here. It was like a massive mess of conveyor belt highways that just went specifically to their own individual storage rooms, or storage containers, basically. I still come back to this every now and again for some stuff that I'm not producing that much. Like, I got black powder stored here, I got some quick wire, some silica. I think I got nobelisks up here, yeah. I have not made any more nobelisks than these. It's just silly. Over here is my main blueprint designer location, where I've made every single blueprint. Except for one, like, over at the water plant. Yeah. Whenever the world download comes up, people will wonder why the heck there's this random rocket. Well, I accidentally dropped one of these fireworks on the ground. In doing so, it just leaves it here, and you can't pick it up. So it's just there permanently. I'm gonna utilize this train, get, like, some very easy rockets out. This probably isn't gonna be seeable when I actually go through blowing up them all, but I like making this. This was fun. Now, I guess little hints towards what I'm gonna be doing in my next series whenever the full release comes out. Figuring out what these things are, because they're kind of useless at the moment. I'd like to do that. But I've kind of thought about if I wanted to do another series in the desert, just because the desert's like the best place for what I would like to do. But the more I've thought about it, the more I'm like, you know what? I don't like the desert. I've been here for way too long. I want to go somewhere else. Like, the desert has the most amount of resources amongst all of the biomes in the game. Countered by only there's not a lot of fuel. So if you want giant factories, this is pretty much the place. I don't think whatever I'm going to be working on is going to be this tall. It's going to be wide, but this is going to be the tallest thing I'll make. But honestly, I'd rather do something else than go in the desert again. It's very bland. I have to wait till Fixmas just to put trees around, just to make it a little bit more lively in here. Gosh, the game is lagging so much. I wonder why. It's definitely not the gigantic tower in the distance with hundreds of thousands of conveyor belts and just objects everywhere. No, it's definitely all the firework entities. And I think it is the firework entity, so I should probably get this wrapped up. And last one, okay. Oh good, it's about that time. Okay, let's go to the elevator. You know, a part of me is just a tad bit reluctant to actually, like, pull the space elevator lever. Not like I have much of a choice in the matter, but, like, I pull this and it's over. Is this really how I want to end it? I mean, there's, like, other stuff that I should do, but no, I don't have time. I want this over with. Let's end it. Let's end it. Last time seeing the space elevator out of here. Off it goes. So with that, I should be able to get a new item. The Employee of the Planet Cup that I don't have money for. Hold on. Buy the Employee of the Planet Cup. And now, I can drink coffee from a golden cup. Mmm, tasty. I guess this also means the progress bar top right corner is gone, and I got nothing else to do. The game is over. The game is finished. There's only one thing left to do now. I gotta reach the highest point of the tower. Okay. Almost. Okay. Well, here's the 20 by 20 world. This might take a bit, but oh, yep, there they go. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of lights. Oh, the shower of particles. You can see the exact path where I went. I kind of wanted all of them to go off at once, but this is fine. Oh, there's the different firework. Oh my god. Oh gosh. It's like the hecking sun over there now. It's gonna crash into my tower. Oh no. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking about this with how large these explosions are. These explosions are like as big as my tower. What the heck? Like just one of their massive particling explosions is enough to like match the size of my tower. What? I know these are like closer, but there's been some that's just been in the tower and they've like blown up the size of the tower. It's still such a wonderful sight. We're on the last straw. Or the last pit. Oh my gosh. And I think it's over. Well, I guess that concludes the 20x20 Satisfactory series. It's been very fun. It went on for about a year, bit over a year, something like that. I started way back in like the 1st of December, and it's just a tad over a year now that I've finished up the last episode. I think the last major thing I'm going to do is just clean up the place a bit, add some decorations here and there, finalize a couple things that aren't really episode worthy, and just re-explore everything one last time in a world tour video coming out at some point. I'm also going to try and have like a world download with documentation in the world download, so if anyone feels like downloading the world just to see what I ended up doing here, I would like to have that available, but I do not have that available right now. Although when I'm actually going to get the World Tour video out, I'm not sure. I kind of want a break from working on this world, but I don't have the stress of making a full-fledged video on it anymore, which is really nice for me. I can start working on other things. What those other things are, I'll get into in some of my State of Dean video stuff, as well as a year of review thing saga that I want to get done, which I went over a bit in my last State of Dean video, the December one. But definitely this year I'm going to get into some very interesting stuff, and I'm just happy that Satisfactory is a finished series for me. I can move on to other things. I'll return to it whenever the game releases and whenever I have time to. Although something kind of concerning, I don't know if I want to do any like Let's Play series thing. I could like go back to Minecraft a little bit because there's stuff that I want to do there, but a lot of the stuff in Minecraft takes a lot of effort. No, it's gonna be, I'll do it when I feel like doing it thing, because I don't have a lot of time to spend, and a lot of the projects that I want to do, both in Minecraft, Satisfactory, and just other things in general, are things that I really want to do, but take a lot of time to do. And I guess if you want any updates, follow the State of Dean series, and I'll try to get some stuff up on that. Anyways, back to the 20x20 world. I don't actually have everything completed. I don't have like weapons manufacturing at all, but honestly I never felt like I had to. And my main goal, in all honesty, was just to complete the space elevator, and whatever came afterwards, came afterwards. But things have changed where it's taken me a bit over a year to get the entire space elevator project done, and I'm kind of on the tail end of just ending everything on here so I can get on to other stuff. So I'm just going to end the series here. I remember one suggestion being that I could take a bunch of the nuclear waste that's been produced and turn that into plutonium. I would like to do that, and I probably would like to do that. However, I kind of mentioned at the start of this episode that there is now a height limit issue. Not really that I can't build any higher, but that the lighting just breaks the higher I get, and I just don't want that in the world. And apparently there is a drone god up there for some reason. Actually, we can look up here. We zoom in really far. You can see my ladder. It goes all the way up. Yeah, almost there. Okay, yeah, there's the drone god up there for some reason. So I guess you won't be hearing any like Satisfactory related stuff until my world tour video that's coming out in weeks, months. Okay, it's got to be like at least 1 month from now. I got to be sure that I can actually get that out. But I think I've said enough. It's been a very wonderful time. I've had a lot of fun with this, and I can't wait to do it all over again come whenever the full release of the game is. I got so many plans once that happens. Oh gosh. Till then, let's see what else I get into. I'm very interested as well. Well, this is probably the last time I'll say this, at least in a series sense. Thank you all so much for watching the 20x20 Satisfactory series. We have now come to a close. There's nothing more that I wish to add to it. Maybe like a couple decorations here and there, but that's beside the point. And if you're watching this far, I can safely guarantee that you've enjoyed it at least some amount. Well, you all have a good night. See you whenever I do something. See you later.